Welcome back to Llandow. MiniGP50 is next, and having just wrapped up the Pro Mini Moto Championship, Josh Watley has already sealed the deal in GP50. 2 titles, 1 season. He can fall off in this one, and it won't change a thing. Blake Ansell and Addy Bihal therefore on the front row, with Scott Ogden and Josh Watley. Cameron Hall and Callum Beach are on the third row, and there's going to be an interesting battle all the way through this grid as we wait for the start. From the front of the grid, Addy Bihal will want a great getaway and a great blast through. It looks as though it's Blake Ansell, though, who's taken the early advantage, so Bihal has to slot into second position, and Blake Ansell is going to want to disappear out in front. Oh, it looks though, hang on, up the inside. Bihal's going to make the move and has got through. Beautiful overtake.
Yeah, Blake's won 3 races this year, but Addy Bihal has got designs on this final race of the season. As you said, Jake, Josh Watley's already tied up the title in the previous race, so it doesn't matter what happens in this race. He can fall off, he'll still take the win. We're on board with Blake Ansell in this one. MiniGP50, 16 riders on the grid, the biggest grid of the season.
Fantastic grids, and what we're going to get to see at the front is pretty much a 3-man brawl, hopefully, because we've got Bihal, Blake Ansell, and in third place, dropping back a little bit, although he may well fight his way through, Josh Watley, although that's up the inside. I think that's Cameron Hall getting through into third place, isn't it? Yes, he has. He's made it through into third position. So Blake Ansell, consecutive television race wins at the last, 3 rounds of the championships, I should say, not the last 3. 4, 5 and 6 he took the victories. These 2 out in front. Cameron Hall up to third position now, but the new champion, Josh Watley, will want to get on that podium.
Yeah, he's there in 4th place currently. Cameron Hall won races 2 and 3 at round 7. Rowra last time out. So he is playing at the exceedingly sharp end through the right-hander at Chandler's, down Spitfire straight, and Watley on the SRS International bike down the inside. Looks like he's got 3rd place done, but it's Bihal out front from Blake Ansell there. Watley now through to 3rd, Cameron Hall in 4th. He won the championship, of course, after race 2. That's the confirmation for Josh Watley.
Yeah, Watley got an amazing run out of Chandler's, and down the Spitfire straight he had plenty more throttle to play with, and that's what took him up the inside of Cameron Hall. We've got a bike slowing out in front. That's one of the back markers. Bihal and Blake Ansell zipping through onto the outside line. Watley, talk about leaving no room for a mistake. He absolutely shoots by to the outside. There's just a couple of feet between them as they pass. So Bihal, Ansell, Watley and Hall is the order at the moment, and those are the top 4 in the points in the championship. Not necessarily in that order. That's not gone well for Claridge. Wybrow's going to slip through. Jaden Evans, the back marker there in the gaggle, just getting a little bit held up as a result of that. Then it was Crockford, Rainford and Oscar Pinson having a great duel. Towards the back of that little queue was the 12 of Luke Coggins as well, so a great little scrap between them. But here is the action out front as the leaders are starting to approach the tail enders, and look at that. Ansell has caught right up to the back of Bihal, and here comes Watley as well. They make the move to the outside line. You kind of have to do that. Oh, nice little cut through as Ansell goes right, and Watley has gone left, and that's the wrong way to go. Hall's got back through.
Yeah, Watley got held up in the traffic there, tried to go up the inside, had to back out of it, and Cameron Hall right on it, takes advantage round the outside and makes up a place into 3rd. Now goes past Jay Abel. Watley down the inside of Abel, gets it done into the Dell. They're the leaders though. It's Bihal from the man in 2nd place. Blake Ansell has won 3 races, as I said, this season. Here comes Watley back for 3rd and grabs 3rd place back. Nearly runs into the back of Blake Ansell, but it looks like Cameron Hall's got him on the switchback as he no. Watley through, and is Watley got Blake Ansell now? No. Still there in 3rd place, but great battle for the major places in this one.
This is the kind of battle we've been waiting for, and now Watley tries to throw it up the inside at Surtees, and again Ansell chops his nose across there. Beautifully done as he holds onto it through McQuirters. These 4 tightening up. Now we've got some real racing around the Llandow circuit with Watley, Ansell, Bihal and Hall having a great scrap for the victory. These are the top 4 men in the points table, and that's a big mistake for Cameron Hall as he runs wide. Watley's going to throw it up the inside, almost tangles with Blake Ansell in the chicane, and as they come off the turn down the hanger straight, surely Watley's going to have a go onto the inside at Raymond's here. He's got a great run on the throttle, up the inside. Cheers, Blake, for the memories. Up at a second position, and now he's going to try and take on the race leader, Adi Bihal. He doesn't need to be fighting up with these guys, of course. He's already tied the championship up, but what better way to wrap up your 2015 campaign than to go out on a high?
This is the televised race, Jake, and all of these riders know it. They always want to win the TV race. Blake Ansell's been a master at winning TV races this year when he's not necessarily been the quickest in the non-televised races. So Blake knows all about that. Josh knows this is televised, wants to go out on a high. Harvey Claridge on the 16 down the inside for a spot. Has he got it? No, can't quite get that done, but a great battle going on down the field here. 5 bikes involved in that one, and again, you want to come out on top of that little battle.
Yeah, it's currently held by Hayden Rainford on the 71, but Watley's now attacking the race leader, Adi Bihal. He's going to pull up that signature move up the inside again. Bihal's resisting. Brilliant defensive ride there from Adi Bihal into Raymond. That is one of the toughest parts of the circuit to defend. We're into the last lap, and Bihal is struggling not to trip over the 12 of Luke Coggins through the first chicane. Watley's got held up. Surely that's going to get the victory sealed. Watley will have to settle for second now.
Traffic has decided this one. Adi Bihal will take the win. He won't know what's gone on behind him. He'll assume Watley's right up his chuff, but he's not. Watley's been held up in the traffic, and now he's into the clutches of Blake Ansell as Watley has a look behind him. He knows he can't finish first now, that he'll be wanting to finish second if he can.
Ansell's got a good run, not quite as strong as Watley though on that section of the circuit, and surely Ansell is not going to be close enough to throw it up the inside for second place. Unfortunately, the traffic has robbed us of an incredible final lap, as Jeremy Knight is not quite going to get a lap put on in there by Adi Bihal, but round the final turn, Bihal will get the final victory of the 2015 season. A great result for him, but what a ride all season long. 2 titles in 1 season for Josh Watley, crossing the line in second place in front of Blake Ansell and Cameron Hall, with 5th position eventually taken by Scott Ogden in the 19. An absolutely fantastic result for Adi Bihal to round off the season with a win, but this man has done it twice. British champion in Minimoto Pro and GP50 in 2015.
Adi, winner of the Mini GP50 race, but you had it all on today, didn't you? Just talk us through the race from your point of view.
Well, I led the race from start to finish. Josh Watley tried to put a move on me, but I blocked him, and after that, the race was mine.
Who do you want to thank for your success this season? You've had a good year, haven't you?
I want to thank my parents, Your Sweet Cafe in Maidenhead, and John Coggins and Carl Fieldhouse for taking me to a round when my dad couldn't be there.
Josh Watley, double champion in the Fab Racing British Minibikes Championship this year. Fantastic season for you. Just tell us a little bit about your season. Obviously, it's been fantastic, but who do you want to thank in particular as well?
I'd like to thank my parents, because I wouldn't be doing it without them, and Replicast and Express Coffee, and my new Spanish team mom.
And coming into the championship this season, did you think you could take both championships down?
Yeah, because yeah, we had Casey, but through this round I thought I had a little bit more pace than him. So even though I didn't manage to beat him in the race, the championship's one big race, and I came on top on that one.
Moto Team highlights up now, and in race 4, this is race 4 of 6 races during the weekend, this would be pretty decisive in changing the championship positions at the front of the field. Sam Clowes came into the round 21 points behind. It was Tony Campana that came into the round leading by 21 points. That's, as John Cleese would say, stating the obvious. But at this point in the race, here in race 4, Campana was on 743 points. Sam Clowes was on 741. Now, Clowes, as I said before, did come in 21 points behind, but at this stage in the race, he's sitting there in second place. He's got the orange wheels, easy to pick out. That's Fraser Kinnaird out front on the Fast Rider bike, the 3 bike. But it's the 33 bike here, the Sam Clowes SFC racing machine, being chased by Tony Campana. These are the leading protagonists in the championship at this point in race 4. Clowes in second, Campana third, but it's Campana that still has the championship lead at this stage, 2 points ahead of Clowes.
It really couldn't be any closer between these three, could it? It is absolutely fantastic. A great way to end this title fight with a 3-man showdown in fantastic style, and the battle is stepping up as up the inside goes Clowes. Going to get the move done. Yes, he goes through, and Campana might split past Kinnaird as well, but that puts Klaus in front by just 2 points on Tony Campana. That's what that overtaking move has done. Kinnaird still there in second position. He has got a chance here to upset the balance a little bit, but Campana really needs to get his skates on here and try and step up to close in on Klaus once more.
So at this stage then, in race 4, Klaus has come in 21 points behind at this stage while he's leading and Campana's in third. As we see the riders down the field, here come the leaders. Klaus has now established a 2-point lead in the championship at this stage of the proceedings. That's Tony Campana there in third. He can get the championship lead back at this stage if he makes the move from third to second as they make the way past the back marker down to Chandler's, through the right-hander onto the Spitfire straight. Klaus out front from the Fast Rider machine, the 3-bike in second. Good overall view of the circuit and the action on track as they came through the right-hander at Diggers, onto the hanger straight, down into Raymond's one more time. This will be the key moment in the race through this hairpin though, as the Fast Rider machine would go down Fraser Kinnaird. He would balk Tony Campana, but fortunately for Campana he would make his way past, and that would mean he would retain the championship lead going into race 5. Let's have a look at the replay of that incident. Just a complete lack of adhesion for the rear tyre on the Fast Rider machine, just loses it. Very thin tyres on these bikes, as you can see. They're not typically the very thick tyres that you'll get on the super bikes. Very thin tyres, not a lot of traction. Into the last lap, it would be Sam Klaus that would take the win. He'd still be 2 points behind in the championship at this stage of the televised proceedings, but in the last 2 races he would take the win after race 5 and take the championship lead, and after race 6 he would be the champion.
So after an epic dogfight in the 2015 season between Klaus and Campana, it's this man, Sam Klaus, the number 33, who wraps up the British Championship in Moto Team. At the end of the day, Alan caught up with him.
Sam, race win today in the televised race, and you've won the championship as well. I'll say that you stole the championship at the last round. You came in behind, but you come out in front. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, over the moon with it. Came in and did all I could. Won all the races today, apart from one. Just rode me out. Yeah.
Who do you want to thank for all your success this season?
Big thanks to my parents, who I wouldn't be doing this without them.
The last part of the last programme of the season coming up after the break. We've got drama.